Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and I'm back this time with my review of the G.I. Joe Retaliation HISS tank. Now, get a good look at here in the packaging, or I guess get a good look at the box. They've completely removed any kind of look at anything with the exception of the box art, and even the driver, which used to have a little slot in the window in previous lines, has been removed. They just have a logo that says comes with Cobra Commander. There's a little picture of him on the back here, but that's it. I'm guessing that's mainly because they've removed all the articulation from their figures and they don't want people to see how little there is. But more on that when it's out of the packaging. Of course, on the back of the box here, it advertises some of its action features: spinning Gatling cannons, rotating gun turret, and rises up for Cobra strike lift action. The actual reader for the HISS tank is on the side here, which we won't waste time reading. If you'd like to read it, you can pause it right there and read it yourself. So, not too much to say about the packaging. Down here you can see the Ghost Hawk, the other Delta vehicle, and over here the smaller line before the, well, I guess that's the second one up. I think these are technically Delta, they may not be. I know the motorcycles are Alpha, these are Bravo, yeah, these are Delta. Of course it's the Sting Raider and the Ninja Showdown 4x4. So not too much to say about the packaging, let's open it up. And here we have Cobra Commander out of packaging. Now, as I said before, very limited articulation, left and right at the head, back and forth at the arms, back and forth at the legs. 5 points of articulation on the whole figure. That's crap any way you cut it. Now, Hasbro did say, you know, since they're cutting out a lot of the articulation, they're going to go with cool designs and cool head sculpts so that, you know, collectors won't be completely bummed out by the figure because they think most kids are just going to grab it, slap it in the cockpit. But, and to their credit, you know, I don't know exactly what they were going for. Maybe kind of a reimagined movie battle armor Cobra Commander. He's got, of course, the gun on his arm there. It is a really nice looking suit. It's very different from the single-carded Cobra Commander that's available. I picked this guy up, but he turned out to be the black variant, so right now I'm keeping him in the package. But as you can, yeah, even the helmet's tweaked, so nice little reimagining. Would have loved it if he had full articulation. He wouldn't have ended up just sitting in my HISS tank. So yeah, it's a bittersweet figure. It's a great design, but you know, with limited articulation, he's probably going to end up inside the HISS tank and not much else. Now, before we go on to the actual HISS tank, this is its sticker sheet. Not really bad in any way, but this is the sticker sheet for the Pursuit of Cobra HISS tank. It allowed for a lot of customization and gave you pretty much all the same stickers beyond that. Don't really see how, you know, cutting a few stickers out is cost cutting. But oh well, I've got a couple of these Pursuit of Cobra HISS tanks where I can afford to customize them up a little bit. But that being said, let's actually move on to the tank. Quick little addendum to that, guys, before we go into the tank. These Cobra logos are silver. On the box, they're red. Red would have worked much better in my opinion, but oh well, let's go on to the tank. And here we have the Cobra HISS tank out of the packaging. Now, I've already put all the stickers on. I did leave two specifically off, mainly the two that are supposed to go on the interior. Where's that sticker sheet at? Yeah, these two right here, they're supposed to go on the inside where it looks like your driver is looking at something. But it leaves these god-awful little white blurbs on the dome, and it just makes it look crappy in my opinion. Now, other than that, like I said in the little addendum, the stickers are white all over. So all your Cobra logos come out white or silver. Kind of they are silver, but they look white against this background. That's not awful, but I would have preferred red. Also, this is a lot more different than the Pursuit of Cobra HISS tank than I would have imagined. It no longer raises like the Pursuit of Cobra HISS tank does. Its snake strike action is this. It can tilt forward. I don't really get what the big deal is on that. You can see the two connections for the lift cables, which they've not included. The back space here, where there used to be another driver, is now sealed permanently. They even put the sticker for the button up here, but it is non-functioning. It's kind of a disappointment. I mean, they even took out the steering wheel for the driver. So yeah, I was really disappointed to see how much stuff they took out, especially, the biggest loss in my opinion, is the rolling treads. These are one solid piece of plastic with wheels on the bottom. Disappointed to see that, but, I mean, it is a new vehicle, so new tweaks and all. I do like the way it looks, and I just wish it could have raised up so it would have been as high as the other HISS tanks. Of course, Cobra Commander is up here in his little cockpit. It does have a firing missile. Whoever at Hasbro thought that didn't look like something is retarded. But there's just a little red button up here. You press it, missile pops out, slides right back in. So, nice little action feature. The Pursuit had a firing missile as well. It can go left and right, and that appears to be it. It doesn't want to do a full 360, much like the other. It says the Gatling cannons spin, and I guess they do if you want to sit here and turn them. They're very hard to move. There's no action feature where they move. I do kind of like how they've got the, dual Gatling cannons and they're mounted on the side here, to be honest. And if you want for a different look, you can always pop them off and flip them over. And even they can spin like that. Maybe that's what they mean by spinning, that they rotate. I don't know, but I'm not going to rotate them anyway. So, there's not all that much to say. I do like the redesign. I just wish it had retained a lot of the Pursuit of Cobra HISS tank features. But that being said, let's actually get a comparison in here. And here we have the Retaliation HISS tank in comparison to the Pursuit of Cobra HISS tank. Now, at first glance, the Retaliation tank is bigger. Then you hit this button, you see the actual rise-up feature, and it looks like, with the exception of Cobra Commander, the Pursuit of Cobra HISS tank is bigger. Not to mention that it's got its Gatling cannon with a belt attached, and its missile launcher, both of which are controlled. I'll link its review so you guys can see a better comparison of all the differences. Once again, rolling treads, but they are, well, these are jammed up because they've been on a shelf so long, but they do roll. There we go. They're very different, but they've obviously used the same, base concept. And that's not a bad thing. I just had so many high hopes that all the things I loved about this vehicle would make it over to this one. Let's actually throw him back off the side here. Now, like I said before, this vehicle is running you $20. Not to say that I buy out of the Target back room, but they're not on store shelves yet. I've heard some reports that they're showing up early at Toys R Us, so you might be able to check there. I'm sure this will be out there a lot more once the line starts hitting. This is, of course, going to be one of their big vehicles. It doesn't look all that much like the HISS tank in the movie, but thank God the HISS tanks made it in. Oh, if I didn't mention, this does do a full 360 if you watch the Gatling cannons. So yeah, it's also going to be reissued at this year's San Diego Comic-Con as one of the Transformers crossovers. It's going to be Shockwave, I think. So it's going to be Shockwave with Destro with like a little Soundwave and a Constructicon bat, so I can't wait to get my hands on that to go along with my Starscream. Yeah, it's a solid vehicle. It's a nice reimagining. I'm a broken record, but once again, I really wish a lot of the other features had made it over to this one. But for $20, I still think it's a pickup in my book. And that being said, this is JTrain997, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.